Hello again. So I thought today we would look at A Date with Elvis. Now when I first saw this album, I thought they meant somebody going on a date with Elvis. And of course what they're actually referring to is the date of Elvis's discharge from the army. So the album was released in 1959 and it's a compilation of songs that had already appeared on singles and EPs. A similar idea to For LP Fans Only. Now, I don't have an original American pressing. But this is the Speaker's Corner pressing, which was released in 2004, and it's an exact reproduction. And on the back is the calendar, and if you look at March the 24th, it's ringed. That was the date that Elvis was supposed to be discharged, but in fact he was discharged from the army on the 5th of March. So that turned out to be wrong. Now nowhere on the cover do the song titles appear, and so a red paper label was put on the cover with the tracks. And unlike the UK version, the American was a gatefold. Now the original had a small hole punched in the cover just here, and that was so that it could be hung on the wall if you wanted to do so. I guess you could also hang it that way if you wanted to. It's a really nice reproduction. Oops. Nice heavy vinyl. I believe Speaker's Corner is a German label. Now in the UK we didn't get a gatefold. And it's the standard large silver spot. Now, when the album came out, first of all, if you look down here, it says stereo orthophonic. Of course, this was released in mono. This was a mistake. And I did wonder what orthophonic meant. Originally, recordings were made acoustically, so you had to sing or play into a large horn. And this meant that singing, you had to sing quite loud, and you would get echo and distortion. In 1925, RCA introduced the electronic microphone, which meant that you could get a much more accurate recording of music and voice. And they called this process orthophonic. Now if you look at orthophony, not the easiest word to say. Ironically, it says the art of correct speaking, which I just completely failed. RCA decided to call this process the orthophonic recording process. That was in 1925. Why they're still bothering to use this term in 1959 escapes me. Now, as I said, this of course was wrong. It wasn't stereo. So second pressing, they simply blocked out the stereo and put new in front of it so that they didn't have to scrap the covers, I guess. And then pressed again, same album, but now we have the correct new orthophonic So if you want to collect them, that's 3 different covers. In 1963 came the small spot recording. And in 1964, the red spot. Everything else the same. In 1969 there was an orange label pressing, which I don't have yet. And of course we come more up to date with the International, which is on the green label, and change to the back cover. Next we have, this is a French pressing, and we have a completely different back cover. We jump to an American pressing, and at the top here on the cover it's printed stereo, and so they put this paper label over the top, stereo effect reprocessed from Orthophonic. It's an orange label. Oops. Try not to let them fall over. Next we have the 1976 American pressing. And this is a tan label. Now in Japan they released the album originally with the standard cover. In 1963 they reissued it, but for some reason they completely changed the cover. This is on the Japanese Victor label, and the back cover, oops, that's the original inner sleeve. So the back cover has song lyrics on it. In 1970 they re-released it again with another different cover. This is unique in that it shows Elvis with his original blonde hair. Now another Japanese pressing from 1992, and what I particularly like about this is that the record label has a picture on it. This is a gatefold reproduction again of the original sleeve. Next we have a Canadian pressing, staggered stereo, electronically reproduced. This is from 1976, and it's also on a tan label. Next we have a German pressing. Now if you look up here, we've got SVAS, so this was made for export. This is from 1970. Now we have a Spanish pressing from 1978, and as you can see it's called Rock and Roll Number 5. So what they did in Spain, they released Elvis's early albums, but they called them Rock and Roll Number 1, Number 2, Number 3, Number 4 and Number 5. So I'm still missing a couple. This one's from 1989, pressed in Germany, for sale all around Europe and the UK. So it has the NL prefix. Original mono recordings. What's nice about it is they've reproduced the UK, oops, get there eventually, large silver spot, which is a nice touch. In 2011, Music on Vinyl repressed it again as a gatefold, the original sleeve. This is on black vinyl. They also produced one on coloured vinyl, which I don't yet have. I believe it was blue, if I remember correctly. And my last one, the most recent pressing, this is Wax Time, which is a UK company. As you can see, it's on a sort of orangey vinyl. So those are my pressings of A Date with Elvis. There are a few I'd like to get, the original American, the Japanese, and the UK orange label. So I'll be keeping an eye out for those. Everything's going okay. New medication's keeping me stable. So feeling quite good at the moment. The sun's been out, it's been a beautiful day. So I'm going to carry on sorting my records and decide what I'm going to do next. Hopefully we'll do a live stream maybe next weekend. I'll let you know in the week. So till next time, bye for now.